You're a summoner? That's the weakest class in the world. The moment Lin Xiao awakened his class, everyone laughed at him. His rival called him trash. No team wanted him. No one believed he could clear a dungeon. Even a normal combat class was considered better than becoming a summoner. But they had no idea. Lin Xiao had awakened a unique S-tier talent. A talent so powerful that nobody else in the world could ever obtain it. Every single day, he gains a brand new S-rank talent. His first summon was just a tiny skeleton. Weak, pathetic, worthless. But after receiving an S-rank talent, it evolved into a terrifying Death Knight. A monster capable of slaughtering entire armies. Then his slime gained the power of endless evolution through devouring. His goblin became a master of legendary weapons. And that was only the beginning. While other people struggled to make one summon stronger, Lin Xiao gave countless S-rank talents to all of his summons. Every day they evolved. Every day they grew stronger. Every day they became more terrifying. Geniuses, prodigies, heroes, none of them could even defeat his weakest summon. Then the abyss descended upon the world. Demon gods appeared. Ancient monsters awakened. Even the gods themselves looked down upon humanity. But when humanity stood on the edge of extinction, one man stepped forward. Behind him stood an army powerful enough to shake heaven and earth. An army of death knights, ancient beasts, divine creatures, and beings powerful enough to rival gods. The world finally realized one terrifying truth. The strongest army was never an army. The strongest kingdom was never a kingdom. It was one summoner, and his summons. This is the story of Lin Xiao, the summoner who turned the weakest class into the strongest existence in the world. Week 1 8-hour video will be uploaded. All novels uploaded here are completed, so you will get a full story without searching or waiting. I have listened to the translated version on web, and there are no major problems with translation. If you want Chinese novel translated, give me the original name of the novel and I will respond to your request as soon as possible. Please make sure your request is on the latest video. If you hear this "u" sound in the novel, it means either question mark or some space is left, like getting materials or experience gain there more but not shown. If after a name is used and after there is silence, it means exclamation marks were used as in shock. I don't know if this will happen in recorded one, but it happened in web version. Chapter 329. Unknown Cosmic Region. The girl, who was playing a game, suddenly looked up, gazing into the distance with a hint of confusion in her brows. What's wrong? What happened? The 12-winged angel noticed her action and asked curiously. The girl looked puzzled for a moment before replying. Something that shouldn't exist suddenly appeared in my mind. Something that shouldn't exist? The 12-winged angel was confused. Nothing, it shouldn't be a bad thing. The girl shook her head and changed the subject. By the way, has that guy come after you again? Twice in a row we've run so far, yet he still manages to catch up. He's truly insane. Why don't you send out a message to widely recruit believers? I feel like many people would come admiringly, and our strength would greatly increase. The 12-winged angel glanced at the other party indifferently. I've already driven him away twice. If he comes again, I won't hold back. As for believers, the 12-winged angel shook her head. Having a master is enough. The girl merely teased her and didn't continue the topic, instead asking curiously, how do you think the God of Light found us? We're hidden here, yet he can still find us. Isn't that too strange? The 12-winged angel was silent for a moment, then looked up at the universe and said, someone is divining my location and then telling him. Who? Who dares to be so bold? The girl immediately became angry. It's the goddess of fate from the holy temple. The girl? She was stunned for a moment before letting out an "ah." No, what is she trying to do? The Holy Temple has shown kindness to that guy, but don't think I won't dare to beat her up just because she's from the Holy Temple." The girl was very indignant. The 12-winged angel thought for a moment and shook her head. "I don't know what she's thinking, but when she divined my location, it was very direct, without any concealment, as if she was deliberately telling me." As soon as she finished speaking, she felt a special power appear in the universe above her head, as if someone was peeking at her. "She's here again." The 12-winged angel spoke, then seemed to recall something and added, "Every time he learns my location, the God of Light arrives not long after." "Ah? Is she doing this for the God of Light?" The girl was very surprised, but she quickly shook her head. No, that's impossible. She hates." Mid-sentence, she seemed to realize something. "Oh, I get it. The goddess of fate is doing it on purpose, deliberately telling him your location." "Why?" The 12-winged angel was confused. "Because she hates betrayal, so she's using this method." The girl seemed to understand the reason, but the 12-winged angel was completely bewildered. "Still don't understand? Come play a game with me. I'll tell you, and then if he comes, I'll tell you what to do." It wasn't Lin Xiao's first time entering the God's Assembly Hall. He casually sat down, looked at the God of Fun in front of him, and got straight to the point. "What's the situation with my sister?" The goddess of fate chuckled. "An interesting discovery. Your sister might be a godhead seed." "What the heck?" Lin Xiao was stunned. "Godhead seed? What does that mean?" "It's literal. In more common terms, it means a god reincarnating." "A god reincarnating?" Lin Xiao's voice rose a few decibels. Even though Lin Yao was adopted by his parents, this identity was too significant, wasn't it? It was completely impossible to tell that she was a god reincarnated. This method is rarely used by anyone, as it's easy for the godhead and god seat to be erased from the great universe during reincarnation. So, usually, they leave their power behind for someone destined to find it. Lin Xiao pressed on. "I generally understand what you mean. So, how did my sister's current situation awaken? If the Godhead seed completes its awakening, will it replace her consciousness? If that were the case, he would absolutely not allow it." You're too nervous." Seeing Lin Xiao's anxious expression, the goddess of fate found it amusing. She snapped her fingers, and the originally dazzling cosmic starry sky instantly changed its appearance. Thousands of human faces, both male and female, young and old, appeared in the void. All of these are Godhead seeds. Rather than saying they choose, it's more like casting a wide net to select suitable people. Lin Xiao quickly scanned them and saw Lin Yao's appearance in the last corner. Then he frowned and said, "It won't be a struggle for Godhead seeds, piecing together a complete Godhead seed, will it? The goddess of fate. That won't happen, because they are already dead." "Already dead?" Lin Xiao was greatly surprised. "Didn't I say at the beginning? It's very difficult for a Godhead seed to reincarnate. Each time, a portion of power is wasted, and each reincarnation target is always someone plagued by misfortune, without exception. And these people naturally don't live long. After they die, the Godhead seed will enter its next reincarnation, repeating the cycle until someone can inherit the power of the Godhead seed, which is considered a truly successful reincarnation." The goddess of fate pondered for a moment and added, "As for whether soul possession will occur, I'm not very clear, because to my knowledge, no one has ever successfully reincarnated through this method." It was precisely because of this that she found it interesting, and Lin Yao's situation seemed on the verge of success. Lin Xiao fell silent. At least he now understood what was happening with Lin Yao's profession.
Rimis lector.
Could her voice affect those around her? Yes. Just as Lin Xiao thought this, the goddess of fate gave the answer. The Godhead seed will merge based on the host's own situation, and your sister's profession appeared for this reason. The reason her singing makes people like it is also due to the influence of divine power, but it doesn't seem to have much effect on you. As for why, I'm not quite sure. However, you should also be careful. If you feel her voice is starting to sound better, perhaps you've also been affected. Lin Xiao rolled his eyes at her. She's not allowed to improve, is that it? Hee, if you like it. Don't ask me to save you then. Lin Xiao only joked, but he was also worried about Lin Yao's situation. If you're worried, you can pay attention to her condition. If her emotions and attitude change significantly, perhaps. The goddess of fate didn't finish, and Lin Xiao understood what she meant. The scene was silent for a long time before Lin Xiao's voice broke it. Do you know which god reincarnated? The Chaos God. The first god to appear after the previous universe was destroyed and the great universe's restrictions were torn open. Chapter 330, Chaos God. Lin Xiao murmured. He had heard some things about the great universe from the girl who controlled the world heritage. The great universe had lifted its restrictions, allowing anyone to become a god. She told him to reach the god level quickly, otherwise it would be difficult to become a god later. Do you have a way to cure her? Lin Xiao asked. Yes. What is it? Lin Xiao quickly asked. The goddess of fate chuckled. Kill her. Kill her. Lin Xiao was stunned, a hint of anger immediately rising. I'm not joking with you. I'm not joking either. The smile on the goddess of fate's face remained unchanged. Godly seeds reincarnate into people of calamity. When they die, their lives always reincarnate again. So, isn't the method obvious? Looking at the god of fun's smug smile, Lin Xiao really wanted to punch her, but he couldn't beat her. Kill her, then resurrect her? Lin Xiao thought for a moment, then tried asking. The slime mastered the resurrection spell, so letting Lin Yao die for a bit wasn't impossible. No, after she dies, if you use the resurrection spell, the godly seed will still return to her, so it won't work. Noticing the god of fun's grinning expression, clearly up to something, Lin Xiao felt she definitely had a way, and asked, Is there another way? There is. The goddess of fate smiled slightly, but I won't tell you. Lin Xiao, this guy with a terrible personality must be doing it on purpose. Lin Xiao secretly clenched his fists and said, Let's play a game. If I win, you tell me. All right. The goddess of fate readily agreed. Is it flipping a coin again? Of course not. You cheated last time. I still remember that. With that, the goddess of fate raised her right hand, and a revolver appeared in her palm, followed by 5 bullets loading into it. Lin Xiao frowned, watching the god of fun's preparations. Whoever gets an empty chamber first wins? A 1/6 chance. This was purely a gamble on luck. Yes, but it's simpler. The goddess of fate aimed the revolver at her temple and pulled the trigger. With a bang, the gun spat fire, and a bullet shot straight out. Just as the bullet was about to hit her, she quickly raised her left hand, and 2 fingers firmly caught the bullet. After doing all this, she threw the revolver to Lin Xiao. Whoever gets an empty chamber first wins. If you fire a bullet and catch it with your strength, it doesn't count as a loss. If you die, the game is over. How about it? The rules are simple, right? Lin Xiao looked at the revolver in his hand, lost in thought. Firing a bullet doesn't count as a loss, but he has to catch it. But this bullet, was he confident he could catch it? What are you thinking about? Are you afraid of death? Hee, don't worry. This bullet won't really kill you, but it will let you experience the feeling of death. The goddess of fate added. Lin Xiao raised the revolver, aimed it at his temple, and pulled the trigger. Bang! Clang! The moment the bullet shot out, a black scythe instantly appeared and blocked it. The Death God Knight's talent, Eternal Night Guardian. Your turn. Lin Xiao threw the revolver back. The goddess of fate caught the gun and looked at the Death God Knight curiously. Your summoned beast can even block bullets. This talent is truly powerful. Bang! With that, she shot herself, easily catching the bullet with 2 fingers. 2 bullets left. The revolver returned to Lin Xiao's hand again. Your summoned beast probably can't help you withstand attacks anymore, right? The goddess of fate asked with a smile. No. But isn't it fine as long as I hit an empty chamber? You seem very confident. Before the goddess of fate could finish speaking, she saw Lin Xiao confidently pull the trigger. The bullet shot out fiercely. Just as she thought Lin Xiao was going to end his own life and she would win the game, a green scythe appeared, blocking the incoming bullet. Ha! The goddess of fate was stunned, then quickly realized. Shadow of the Green Capital? You even have such an ability? Lin Xiao's expression was calm. Don't you like to peek all the time? You don't even know I have the skill. Don't talk nonsense, I don't peek. I watch openly. Give me the gun. It's my turn now. The goddess of fate said defiantly. Lin Xiao didn't hand over the revolver. He played with it for a while and said, I feel like you're cheating? You can catch these bullets so easily. I'll shoot the last one for you. Anyway, there's only 1 bullet left, so it'll be easy to decide the winner.
No.
As soon as the goddess of fate refused, she heard the sound of the revolver firing. This time, he didn't perform the twin fake bullet trick but quickly dodged. Boom! A large hole was blasted where the bullet hit, leaving Lin Xiao stunned. Holy cow! Is this power really that fierce? Before Lin Xiao could recover, he heard the goddess of fate angrily say, You cheated again! I said it was my turn. I won't let you off this time. Lin Xiao shrugged. Where did I cheat? You didn't say we had to take turns shooting. This is my game. I have the final say. Fine. Then reload one and continue the game. All right. The goddess of fate conjured another bullet and loaded it. Because you cheated just now, it's your turn this time and it's a 100% bullet shot. If you can survive, you win. Lin Xiao had just witnessed the bullet's power. If it hit directly, he probably wouldn't even leave a speck of dust. However, he had no way to refuse now, so he could only agree. Just as Lin Xiao was about to shoot, the revolver in his hand instantly disappeared and reappeared in the goddess of fate's hand. Who said you were shooting? You shot me just now, now it's my turn. If you can dodge it, you win. The goddess of fate, with a hint of vengeful pleasure, pulled the trigger without hesitation. Lin Xiao was stunned. Before he could react, the bullet shot over. Boom! The terrifying power of the bullet instantly devoured Lin Xiao completely, leaving not even a speck of dust. Humph! That's what you get for cheating. So satisfying. The goddess of fate showed a hint of smugness, feeling as if a great grudge had been repaid. After all, she had suffered a bit at Lin Xiao's hands last time. and this time she had gotten her revenge. I won. You can tell me the method now, right? From the dust, Lin Xiao's voice sounded. Ha! The goddess of fate was stunned. Blasted to dust. And you recovered so quickly? That doesn't make sense. Although getting hit wouldn't truly kill Lin Xiao, it would take a lot of time to recover. But she didn't expect him to recover so quickly. I'm not dead yet. Lin Xiao patted the dust off himself. Not dead. The goddess of fate was stunned. She had personally seen Lin Xiao blasted to smithereens, but she quickly understood. Is it Hyland's resurrection ability? Damn. I forgot you had that equipment. Lin Xiao smiled slightly. You can't say I cheated this time, can you? The goddess of fate gritted her teeth, somewhat unwilling. You win this time. Chapter 331. The scene recovered, and Lin Xiao sat in the chair, waiting for the god of fun to speak. Actually, the methods are very simple. There should be two. The first, as long as you are strong enough to suppress him, you don't have to worry. The second, just lock your sister up. Hearing the two methods proposed by the god of fun, Lin Xiao's expression grew strange. This is the solution you came up with? The opponent is the chaos god, the first deity to appear in the great universe. What could he possibly use to suppress him? And locking up Lin Xiao? What kind of terrible idea is that? Are you sure you're not joking? Forget the first one, but locking up Lin Xiao, will that really work? Considering the god of fun's wicked nature, Lin Xiao felt her proposed method was unreliable and expressed doubt. Yes, the divine seed merged with her original class, deriving a new class. All you have to do is lock her up and prevent her from singing. What a simple and crude method. This thought flashed through Lin Xiao's mind. I've told you the methods and the information. The choice is yours, but I'd really like to see the chaos god appear. After all, this earliest deity has only ever existed. Few people have actually seen him. The goddess of fate looked very interested. Lin Xiao ignored her, pondering how to handle Lin Yao's situation. The chaos god. He had no idea if this being was good or evil. Locking Lin Xiao up directly was also a very unsuitable method. After the fusion, will Lin Xiao still be Lin Xiao? Or will she be the chaos god? Lin Xiao asked. The goddess of fate thought for a moment and said, that depends on how you see it. After the fusion, if you believe your sister is still the same as before, then she is her. Otherwise, she will be the chaos god. Lin Xiao was silent for a moment, then nodded. I understand. At that moment, the goddess of fate looked up into the distance and said, I have things to attend to now. If you have nothing else, you should go. I want to confirm one last time. Are there only two methods? As far as I know, there are only these two. Goodbye. The goddess of fate quickly sent Lin Xiao away. As he left, he saw a streak of flame descending from the corner of his eye. Congratulations on clearing the dungeon. God's Assembly Hall. Acquired. Fate Guidance. Consumable. *1. Fate Guidance. When you don't know how to choose, fate will reveal a portion of the future for your choice. Oh, this seems pretty good. Lin Xiao felt that this reward was much better than the previous coin of destiny. But he was still troubled by Lin Yao's situation. Neither of these two methods is a good solution. Lin Xiao murmured, sat on the sofa, and looked up at the ceiling. The ceiling in his eyes seemed to transform into dazzling stars, and he sat in the universe, watching planets revolve, destruct, and be reborn. Perhaps there is one more way. A somewhat impractical possibility flashed through Lin Xiao's mind, but this possibility offered a greater chance than the first method proposed by the god of fun. God level. That's still too far away for me. I should complete my class awakening first. I'm only 5 levels away. Lin Xiao prepared to enter the Tower of Heaven to level up. He had partial authority over the Tower of Heaven and could enter its floors at will. Fighting the boss directly was much more efficient than gaining experience by running dungeons. Just as he was about to enter the Tower of Heaven, his phone rang. It was someone Lin Xiao hadn't expected. Remy. The call connected. Before the other party could speak, Lin Xiao jumped in. Do you have good news? A few months ago, he had given the Holy Blessing Potion to Remy for research, and in return, he had received a lot of potion support from her, which was helpful in running dungeons. Ha ha ha. Of course. Who do you think I am? I might be a genius. I've already developed a resurrection potion. Although it's not as powerful as the divine resurrection potion, it still possesses the ability to resurrect. Although he couldn't see Remy's expression, he could imagine how smug she must be from the sound of her voice. It really worked? Lin Xiao was surprised. The divine resurrection potion was, after all, a god-level quality potion. To reproduce it 100% was nearly impossible, so achieving the effect of resurrection was already quite remarkable. Yet Remy had managed it. Of course. However, the resurrection time is a bit long. It can't resurrect immediately. It takes half a day. I tested it myself. You tested it yourself? Lin Xiao was stunned and quickly pressed. You used your own life to test it? This lunatic used her own life to test it? That's too reckless. Are there any side effects? Lin Xiao quickly asked. After all, he still relied on her to concoct his human-demon potion. It wasn't as simple as gathering all the materials and stirring them to get the potion. Remy? A little, but it's not a big problem. I can continue researching. Given enough time, I can definitely produce the Holy Blessing Potion. Hearing her determined voice, Lin Xiao felt a little relieved, but still said, Where are you right now? I'll come see you. Ha! Remy was surprised. She hadn't expected Lin Xiao to directly ask to come over. You can't come. Why can't I? You came quite quickly last time, so you must be in the imperial capital, right? I'm here too. Just give me your location and I'll find you, Lin Xiao said. I am in the imperial capital, but you can't come. Why? Just tell me where you are. Remy hesitated for a moment and said, You won't be able to get up here. Don't blame me if you get kicked out. Lin Xiao, got it. I'm at the Imperial Capital Academy. Huh? You're a student at the Imperial Capital Academy. Lin Xiao was surprised. He hadn't expected Remy to be a schoolmate. But why had he never heard of her? Well, he didn't know many people at the academy anyway. Yes. Do you know where the temple dormitory is? If not, I'll come find you after I've rested for a while. Temple dormitory? Lin Xiao paused, recalling that Qin Chuan had mentioned someone living on the 4th floor of the temple dormitory. A girl who rarely went out. Remy was a girl and an alchemist who constantly researched, fitting the description Qin Chuan had given. You live on the 4th floor of the temple dormitory? Although Lin Xiao had already guessed, he confirmed it with Remy. Huh? How did you know I live on the 4th floor? All right. I'm coming to find you. After saying that, Lin Xiao hung up the phone and returned to the temple dormitory. On the way back, Lin Xiao thought of another question. Had he met the requirements to enter the 4th floor of the temple dormitory? It should be enough, right? He had cleared so many levels of the Holy Temple Special Instance. The conditions should be met. Returning to the temple dormitory, Grandpa Nyo was still lying on his rattan chair, listening to the radio and fanning himself. "Yo, you brat, you're finally back. I thought you weren't living here anymore," Grandpa Nyo joked. "Grandpa Nyo, what are the requirements to enter the 4th floor of the temple dormitory?" Lin Xiao asked, then added, "Just to enter the 4th floor, not to live there." "You want to enter the 4th floor of the temple dormitory?" Grandpa Nyo was surprised and glanced at Lin Xiao. "I don't know about that. I've never been up there. The temple will give a notification to anyone who can enter or reside there." "Then how did Remy, who lives on the 4th floor now, get in?" "Her? She's special. I don't know what she did, but she was notified that she could live on the 4th floor. Say, do you need to see her?" "Yes. I'll go check it out myself." Lin Xiao didn't explain further and walked straight into the temple dormitory. Chapter 332. Entering the temple dormitory, Lin Xiao arrived at the staircase leading to the 4th floor. He paused for a moment, gazing at the stairs, then walked directly up. Just as he was about to ascend, an invisible barrier blocked his path. Conditions not met. Unable to enter the 4th floor. As expected, Lin Xiao wasn't surprised. He immediately called out, "Holy Temple, make an exception. Let me go up and find someone." Silence. There was no response. "I also completed the follow-up quest for the Netherworld train for you. Can't you make an exception?" Although the Holy Temple didn't directly give him the quest, he learned from Nan Wanxing that the Holy Temple specifically named him to go to the Netherworld train dungeon. It was considered a quest completed for the Holy Temple. "You have obtained temporary access to the Holy Temple's 4th floor. Holy Temple Quest. Clear Holy Temple Special Instance 800th floor. Reward. Access to Holy Temple's 4th floor. Quest time. 7 days. A moment later, a notification sound rang in Lin Xiao's ear. "Thank you." Lin Xiao walked directly up. As for the Holy Temple Quest's 800th floor special dungeon, it was quite simple. He was already on the 700th floor. It wouldn't take too much time to reach the 800th floor. While completing the quest, he could also level up. Arriving at the Holy Temple's 4th floor, the decor was very simple. Unlike the 2nd and 3rd floors, there weren't many rooms, only one. Lin Xiao walked over. Just as he was about to knock, the door opened, and a girl walked out. Remy. Remy was very surprised to see Lin Xiao. "You really came up. How did you do it?" "I live right below you, so coming up isn't a simple matter." Lin Xiao shrugged, noticing many 4 tubes connected to Remy's body. He frowned and asked, "How's your body? Are the side effects of resurrection that significant?" "It's not too bad. Just some symptoms like exhaustion, anemia, and weakness." "Come in and sit down first, we can talk slowly." Remy invited Lin Xiao in. This was her first time inviting someone into her room. Mainly because no one could reach this floor, Lin Xiao was the first. Upon entering Remy's room, Lin Xiao saw a room full of books, as well as various messy potions and some bottles and jars. Unidentified liquids were bubbling on the experimental table, occasionally emitting steam. It didn't look like a living room at all, but more like a laboratory. "Ha ha ha! Sorry, there's nowhere to sit. Wait for me. I'll put these books away." Remy looked at the messy room, feeling a bit embarrassed. She quickly went to clear a space so Lin Xiao would have somewhere to stand. "Let me do it. Look how weak you are." Seeing Remy carrying 2 books at a time, and the image showing her falling to the ground, Lin Xiao felt speechless. He quickly went over and cleared a spot. A moment later, the room finally had a place to sit. Looking at Remy's pale face, Lin Xiao couldn't help but frown. Are you sure your resurrection potion was successfully developed? You look like you've lost half your life. To test a resurrection potion with her own life, he couldn't imagine Remy being so crazy. If it failed, she would truly die. Actually, it's fine. Resurrection brings a period of weakness, but it won't be a big problem. However, my own attribute abilities will disappear for 3 days before slowly recovering, Remy explained. Lin Xiao looked at Remy suspiciously. Are you sure it's just a period of weakness? You don't look like it at all. Suddenly, he seemed to think of something. You didn't just use it once. You used it many times, which is why you're like this now, right? Under Lin Xiao's gaze, Remy felt a bit nervous but still nodded. I only used it 5 times. 5 times? Are you out of your mind? Lin Xiao was shocked. This meant Remy had died 5 times to test the feasibility of the resurrection potion. No wonder she was so weak. Where's the holy blessing potion? I'm taking it back. Lin Xiao immediately demanded to take back the potion he had given Remy for research, feeling that if she continued researching like this, she would probably lose her own life. Hearing Lin Xiao wanted to take back the holy blessing potion, she quickly refused. No. At most I'll be more careful in the future. I'll test the medicine after I've rested well. There's a future? Look how weak you are now. Remy still wanted to test the medicine on herself, but Lin Xiao flatly refused. I promise I won't test the medicine on myself in the future. Okay? Remy quickly said. Lin Xiao glanced at her.
No sincerity.
How can you guarantee that? When Lin Xiao asked, Remy didn't know how to explain. She had just blurted it out. Lin Xiao scanned the room, quickly found the holy blessing potion through the abyss's gaze, and then took it back. When you recover, you can continue your research. Remy wanted to stop him, but thinking that it was Lin Xiao's item to begin with, she could only watch helplessly as he took the holy blessing potion. Oh, right. I actually came to ask you for a favor. What is it? Remy asked dejectedly, as if life had lost all hope. I have a recipe for a secret elixir here. Help me see if you can concoct it. Lin Xiao took out the human demon's secret elixir recipe and handed it to Remy. Remy glanced at it, instantly regaining her vitality. She quickly took the recipe from Lin Xiao's hand, her eyes rapidly scanning it, then asked, Where did you get this recipe? This. Lin Xiao, a secret elixir that turns demons back into humans. Yes. How do you have this? Remy asked loudly, showing no sign of weakness. I obtained it by chance, so I wanted to ask if you could make it. I can try. I've never even heard of this type of potion before. I only dared to hypothesize about it in the past, but I never expected it to actually exist. Oh my goodness! Who developed such a thing? After Remy nodded in agreement, she began to mumble to herself, her eyes filled with excitement, as if all her weakness had been thrown to the back of her mind. Lin Xiao took back the human demon's secret elixir recipe and said, Having your word is enough. I'll come back to you when you've recovered. The recipe was suddenly taken away, and Remy couldn't help but let out an complaining. You deliberately came to tempt me, didn't you? You're really too hateful. Saying that, she grabbed a book nearby and threw it over. Due to her weakness, The book fell in midair before it could even hit Lin Xiao. Look at you, you can't even hold a book. Yet you're still thinking of continuing research. I'll come back to you in a while. If you haven't recovered by then, I'll have to find someone else. Chapter 333. Watching Lin Xiao's retreating figure, Remy bared her teeth behind him, furiously punched the air, and muttered under her breath. "Oh right. How did you end up living on the 4th floor of the temple dormitory?" Lin Xiao was preparing to leave to complete the task given by the temple before returning. Just as he was about to depart, he suddenly wondered how Remy managed to live here. When he turned back to ask, he saw her strange movements. "What's wrong with you?" "Ah? Ha ha ha. Nothing. My arm is just a little sore." Remy laughed awkwardly and quickly changed the subject. "I live here because the temple definitely needs me." "The temple needs you?" This answer greatly surprised Lin Xiao. The temple's power was beyond doubt, but the fact that it required the help of a human made Lin Xiao curious. "Yes, I'll tell you a secret. The temple is actually sick." Remy lowered her voice and revealed a secret known only to a very few people. "The temple is sick?" Lin Xiao was somewhat surprised, but not overly so. He had long felt that something was wrong with the temple. Remy's words merely provided further confirmation. "So the temple asked you to treat its illness?" Lin Xiao asked. "Something like that." Remy's eyes lit up. "Do you want to go see? I can take you to the temple. Since they allowed you up here, they must trust you a lot too." "All right." Lin Xiao agreed. He was curious about how Remy treated the temple's illness. "Follow me." Remy put on a large coat, grabbed a cane and walked out. "It's almost time for the treatment. In my current state, it's hard to get up there alone. It's good that you're here to help me. I'm telling you about this place, but you absolutely cannot tell anyone else, or you might face punishment from the temple. Be careful." Remy walked ahead, cautioning Lin Xiao. "Don't worry, I can keep a secret." Soon the two arrived at a corner. Remy pointed to a ladder nearby. "Move this ladder over here. See the gap above? Just line it up." As she spoke, she pointed toward a hard-to-see crack in the ceiling. There seemed to be a hidden door there. Lin Xiao glanced up, quickly moved the ladder over, and aligned it. "Help support me a bit. It's hard for me to climb up in my current state." "Don't worry, you won't fall." Remy struggled to climb the ladder, nearly falling several times. Fortunately, Lin Xiao was there. Otherwise, she probably wouldn't have made it up without tumbling several times. Upon reaching the ceiling, Remy gently pushed upward. Although there appeared to be no lock or mechanism, Lin Xiao clearly captured a strange stream of light, as if it were verifying her identity. Remy laboriously climbed through, saying, "Come up. This place is guaranteed to shock you." Entering the special space on the top floor, stars surrounded them. It was extremely beautiful, like standing beneath the starry sky. "How is it? Isn't it beautiful?" Remy said proudly, seemingly showing off her secret base to Lin Xiao. "It is beautiful," Lin Xiao nodded. He just felt confused. Why did this place resemble the Holy Temple special instance? Could it be the same place? "Come with me." Remy walked ahead, and Lin Xiao followed. After walking for a distance, he noticed some unusual stone statues appearing ahead. "What are these things? Are they responsible for protecting the temple?" Lin Xiao asked curiously. "I don't know. Maybe they're just decorations. These things were here the first time I came." Remy didn't know what these things were for, so she could only treat them as decorative items. Lin Xiao surveyed the stone statues before him, and soon one stone statue caught his attention. It was a 2-meter-tall stone statue of a woman with sharp eyes, a pair of large wings behind her, and sharp eagle talons for legs. Even as a stone statue, it exuded a sense of sharpness. "God of the sky?" Lin Xiao exclaimed. Among all these stone statues, it was the only one he recognized. After reaching the top of the Tower of Heaven, he had read about some of its history, which included the God of the Sky. It was also there that he learned what the City of the Sky looked like. So, are all these dead deities? Lin Xiao was shocked. He looked back and saw there were 40 or 50 such stone statues. I never expected the temple's influence to be so vast. Lin Xiao gained a whole new understanding of the temple. But now, is it because of that war that caused the temple to fall into such decline now? He recalled the special dungeon Heavenly Realm Regret. The Heavenly Realms suffered a calamity, and the temple couldn't provide timely support. It must have been under siege by numerous enemies itself, resulting in only the ice god coming forward in the end. Perhaps it was during that time that a large number of deities from the temple perished. Soon, Lin Xiao saw another familiar stone statue, the ice god. He had met her once when trying to change the fate of the heavenly realm. "Look, this is where I treat the temple." Remy's voice pulled Lin Xiao's thoughts back. Lin Xiao looked over and saw a giant heart beating. Is this the temple's heart? The heart was roughly estimated to be 10 meters high and 20 meters wide, looking absolutely stunning. However, the temple's heart wasn't as vividly red as a heart usually is. It had a lot of black substance attached to it, lacking vitality, like the heart of an old man. "This is the temple's heart. Isn't it stunning?" Remy noticed Lin Xiao's expression and asked proudly. "It really is stunning." Lin Xiao nodded, then pointed at the black patches and asked, "Are these dark substances on the heart the temple's illness?" "Yes. The heart looked like this when I first arrived." Remy answered truthfully, then pointed at a large syringe nearby. "Help me bring that over." The large syringe was about twice Lin Xiao's height and width, requiring 2 hands to lift. Lin Xiao carried the large syringe over. A small amount of medicinal liquid remained inside. "Ah, is it almost empty already? I need to prepare more medicine." Why was it used up so quickly this time? Remy saw that there was enough liquid left in the syringe for 2 more uses. She felt surprised that this injection had been completed without her noticing. It seemed faster than last time. Then, she instructed Lin Xiao, "See the injection mark above? Pierce it there and push the medicine until it reaches this scale line. Don't inject too much, or the temple will get angry." Lin Xiao glanced at it and nodded. "Got it." He immediately raised the large syringe in his hands, aimed for the residual injection mark, pierced it, and gently pushed the medicinal liquid in. As the medicinal liquid was pushed in, the heart seemed to regain vitality, emitting clear thump-thump-thump sounds, and the black substance originally attached to it dimmed. "That's all." "Yes, that's it." Chapter 334. The process of treating the kidney meridian was even simpler than Lin Xiao had imagined. He thought it would require many steps, but it turned out to be just a single injection. The difficulty of the treatment likely lay in the potion Remy prepared, as this was merely the final step. Leaving the top floor, Lin Xiao put the ladder away. "Get some good rest. I'll come find you again in a while." "Huh? You're just leaving like this?" Remy looked at Lin Xiao with eager eyes. Do you still need something? I even took you to see the Holy Temple's treatment area. Shouldn't you show some appreciation? Remy kept winking, her intentions very obvious. Lin Xiao pretended not to notice. Rest well. Call me next time you need my help, and I will definitely come to assist you. That's all. Not giving Remy a chance to speak, Lin Xiao went straight downstairs, followed by a gritted teeth bastard from behind. Returning to the dormitory, Lin Xiao prepared to enter the Holy Temple Special Instance. Floor 800, although it was a bit difficult, it wasn't a major problem. Everything is hard at the beginning. As long as his own attributes are boosted, the rest will basically be a massacre. Ding dong. The sound of a text message came from his phone. It was from Lin Xiao. Brother, I was just rehearsing a song and couldn't answer your call. Have you listened to my new song yet? You must have, right? Your little sister is a big star now. When I earn enough money to support you in the future, you won't need to go into the dungeon to fight and kill anymore. Our good days have arrived. I've been busy preparing new songs lately. I'll contact you when I have time. That's all. Remember to listen to my song and give me your opinion. The two short text messages described Lin Yao's recent situation. Judging from the text messages, Lin Xiao is still Lin Xiao, but I still need to meet her in person. Lin Xiao put away his phone and did not reply to her. He also needed to work harder, striving to catch up before the Chaos God merged with Lin Xiao. I want to enter the dungeon, Lin Xiao shouted into the empty air. Then a prompt popped up. After accepting it, Lin Xiao instantly disappeared from where he stood. Entering the Holy Temple Special Instance again, he was surrounded by a dazzling starry sky, but the surroundings felt oppressive. Staying here for too long made one feel very uncomfortable. Everyone come out. Let's have a thrilling battle. Lin Xiao summoned all of his summoned beasts directly. Death God Knight, Goblin Emperor, Slime, Spider Prince, Snow Maiden Doll, Lucky Spirit, Ancient Mechanical Ox, Nine-Tailed Celestial Fox, Xiaomo, Xiao Jing, and the new skill he had learned not long ago, Flower Fairy. Wow, you haven't summoned me for a long time. I was bored to death inside. Lucky Spirit started complaining as soon as she came out. Could it be that you are now so strong that you don't need my help anymore, Master? I'm so sad. As she spoke, she hugged her dice and began to look heartbroken. Lin Xiao rolled his eyes at her. Isn't that why I summoned you? You'll take the lead in the upcoming battle. Give it your all. Ah? I'm just a support character. I'm definitely supposed to hide in the back. Lucky Spirit shook her head like a rattle drum. All right, the enemies are here. Everyone, let's fight together. Go all out. There's no need to hold back. Watching the starry sky filth appear, Lin Xiao ordered them all to attack. Death God Knight summoned his undead warhorse and leaped onto it. Then, 7 heroic spirits appeared behind him, and under his command, they launched a charge together. Goblin Emperor also summoned his army of goblins, and they began to slaughter on another part of the battlefield. Terrifying heavenly tribulation lightning struck down one after another, leaving the enemies disoriented. Slime and Snow Maiden Doll had the simplest methods. They kept casting forbidden curse after forbidden curse, responsible for crowd control, while leaving the main damage output to the others. Lin Xiao climbed directly into the ancient mechanical ox. This was his first time sitting inside to experience it. In fact, he had wanted to try it for a long time, but never had the chance. After the savage mechanical ox evolved into the ancient mechanical ox, he went to the Netherworld train dungeon. That dungeon was so intense and the space so restricted that the ancient mechanical ox struggled to unleash its full power. But here it was different. You have temporarily taken over control of the ancient mechanical ox. All actions will prioritize your commands. A prompt reached Lin Xiao's ears. He felt as if he had merged into one with the ancient mechanical ox. He could read its thoughts and also had a complete understanding of its capabilities. Let's try the new abilities first. Lin Xiao pressed a button. The ancient mechanical ox let out a roar, followed by the sound of mechanical parts assembling. Dozens of chasers jumped out from behind the ancient mechanical ox and ran toward the nearest starry sky filth. The starry sky filth, seeing this little thing appear before it, felt insulted and let out a roar, striking out with its sharp claws. Just then, the chasers seized the opportunity and pounced directly onto it. Boom! A violent explosion rang out, and flames engulfed the starry sky filth before them. Immediately after, more chasers rushed up one after another. After the smoke cleared, Lin Xiao saw only a lump of black substance left on the ground. This power is pretty good, and it even has auto-tracking capabilities. Lin Xiao was very satisfied with this new skill. It was also infinite production as long as there were enough parts. However, this skill also had a drawback. It couldn't move while being unleashed. Let's try this one. Lin Xiao pressed another button. Then, the shoulders of the ancient mechanical ox opened, and a mechanical construct flew out from each side. Gale and storm. As soon as the two mechanical constructs appeared, they immediately locked onto the nearby starry sky filth and began firing. Whenever they saw the starry sky filth approaching, they fired rockets to knock it back. Not bad. You have your own combat units now too. Lin Xiao exclaimed in admiration. Moo! The ancient mechanical ox, having received praise, let out an excited roar. The limit for both types of mechanical constructs is 20 each. Very nice. Lin Xiao summoned them all directly. Originally, the starry sky filth could use its aerial advantage to cause some trouble for Death God Knight and the others. But now, with the addition of the gale and storm mechanical constructs, the sky was no longer their home turf. 10 minutes later, the starry sky filth on floor 701 had been cleared out. There was no time to rest. The next wave of starry sky filth had already arrived. Bring it on. This time, Lin Xiao did not continue to summon chasers. Instead, he directly maneuvered the ancient mechanical ox to launch an attack. The ancient mechanical ox didn't just summon mechanical constructs. Its own strength was also extremely formidable. It would lean forward to charge, ram and launch enemies into the air, and then ruthlessly crush their bodies. The strength was truly astonishing. Awesome! The feeling of experiencing it in person is really different. Lin Xiao shouted excitedly. Although it was a bit different from a real Gundam mech, the ancient mechanical ox was not bad at all. At this moment, Lin Xiao couldn't help but think of the girl who operated the World Heritage. Operating that massive mechanical construct must feel amazing, right?